Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Misty. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's yoga class will be a chair yoga class. So preferably a chair without arms, but if that's not available to you, that's fine. You can use a chair with arms. You can make that work. Feel free to grab any props that you like to use, maybe a block, maybe you want to sit on a blanket, just whatever gives you comfort here. Then we're just going to take a few moments just to arrive in this space. So before we get started, just listen and honor where you are in your practice and your body. So never pain in your practice. So anything that does cause you pain or just something that doesn't feel right for you, you can always modify, skip it, do something different if you like. This is your time. I'm simply guiding you through a practice, but this is your practice. So listen to your body and what you need today. So let's take a few moments to ground ourselves, planting the feet on the ground, or maybe you have them on blocks or a book. Maybe allowing your eyes to gently close. If you're not comfortable with that, you can always keep your eyes open, but soften the gaze and maybe just find a spot to kind of gaze at softly. And we're just going to take a few moments to ground ourselves and take a few moments to connect to your breath. So as you settle in here, start to notice just how you feel overall. How's your body feel? How's your breath feel? Where are your thoughts? Yesterday was the first day of fall. And as we enter into that new season, there can be changes within our bodies as well. Right? Fall is known as Vata season. Vata is air. There's the air element related to the fall. And sometimes that can really affect us. It can make us feel a little more like busy in our brains, busy in our bodies. And sometimes we really need to take time to ground ourselves during this time of year. Okay? So just feeling your feet planted on the ground and then feeling your chair beneath you can help ground you. And then also connecting to your breath. So just start to notice your breath and how it feels. Maybe you've already started to deepen your breath, and we're going to do a kind of 3-part breath. So as you breathe in through your nose, I want you to think of drawing the breath into your belly and feeling that expansion. And then pulling that breath into your rib cage and then your chest. Exhaling out of the mouth, release it from the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. And continuing just like that 3-part breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth just a few times. And just take that on your own pace and breath. And as you start to do that, you want to start to let the shoulders soften. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. This allows your jaw to relax. Maybe placing the palms face down on your lap. That can be very grounding. Sitting nice and tall, lifting through the crown of the head. Maybe on each inhale, you're thinking of sitting a little taller. And on your exhales, finding a little more softness through the body. And then at some point, keeping the lips sealed and now start to settle in, breathing in through the nose and out of the nose. But still feeling that expansion as you breathe in and feeling that release when you breathe out. Pulling that breath up from your seat, drawing it all the way up the spine, and exhale, releasing it down the spine and down to the seat. Noticing your thoughts and where your thoughts are. And can you start to just let the thoughts kind of float in and out, not holding on to them? There's like a quote or a reading about how in fall the trees teach us about letting go. They don't get upset about it. They don't worry about it. They just let go. Let the leaves fall. So is there something in this moment that maybe you're holding on to that just isn't helping you, it's not serving you at this time, that you can start to gracefully let go, like the fall leaves falling from the tree? Let's just take a moment more here in stillness, feeling the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and reach the arms up. Maybe look up between your hands. And let's bring our palms together and hands come through to your heart. This is Anjali Mudra as we connect the palms. It balances out the right and left side of the brain and helps to center our bodies and our minds. If you like, set an intention here for your practice or your day today. It can just be a simple word, just a reminder to pause, to breathe, to ground yourself. And again, inhale, let's scoop the arms up overhead, lift up out of the waist, and palms back together and your hands come through to your heart. Let's release the palms face down on our lap again and roll out the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up by your ears and back and down the spine. Just noticing how it feels. Maybe it can feel like a nice little back massage. And then bringing the chin to the chest. Let the head be heavy. And let's let our head rock right and left a few times. As you do this, maybe you notice a little tightness in the neck. And just be kind and gentle to your body. And the next time the right ear comes over to the right shoulder, let's just hold it there for a moment. Feeling the stretch through the left side of your neck, and let your shoulders relax. And then let's let the left ear come over to the left shoulder. And hold there. Relax the shoulders. And then bringing the chin back down to the chest and hold right there. And just breathe. And then lifting the top of the head back up towards the sky. I have a little toady who's starting to hop toward me here. I guess he's going to do some yoga too. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead again. Lift up out of the waist. And let's do an open arm twist here. Let's take it to the right. Reach those hands away from each other. Just twisting through your center. Inhale back to center. And then open up to the left on your exhale. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right, open arm twist. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, center. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Hold right here. And let's go into our first seated forward fold. So we're going to just let everything go here. Maybe the head is heavy. Now, if you get lightheaded or dizzy, dropping your head below your heart, keep your head elevated above your heart. You could just be up halfway if you'd like. If you're all the way down, you can shake out your head, yes and no. Maybe sway a little side to side. And then let's slowly start to roll all the way up, sitting nice and tall, shoulders back. Let's breathe in and breathe out. The palms facing down on our lap. Let's take some cat-cow movements. Breathing in, pull your chest through your arms. There's a slight lift here in your chest. You're arching through your spine. And then exhale, round through your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, pull the chest forward, lift through the chest. And exhale, round through the spine. And just flowing back and forth between your cat-cow movements. Continue to let the tongue release from the roof of the mouth, relaxing the face. And take a few more rounds here. And just when you're ready, start to come back to that neutral position. Shoulders back. Let's step our feet a little wider than our hips. You may have to readjust in your seat. And we're going to pretend we have a big, huge pot, or it's going to be Halloween soon. Maybe it's a cauldron, whatever you want to think of. And that you have a big spoon that you're holding on and you're stirring something in that pot. And it doesn't matter which direction you go in, but we're going to start to stir. Nice big stirs here in one direction. And then we're going to switch that direction. So let's go the other way. And then let's start to come back to our center. Awesome. Let's plant the hands down at our thighs, and we're going to press those inner thighs away. So getting that nice little stretch here through the inner thighs. And then we'll add some shoulder dips, going from side to side. And you can just go at your own pace. Maybe you hold it for going to the other side if you'd like. We'll start to make our way back to our center again. Now let's rest our right arm on our right thigh. Let's take that left arm up and over, getting that side stretch. Really reaching that left hand away. And then let's circle that left arm. A little slight bend to your elbows. A little shoulder mobility here. And then we'll pause with that left arm up and over. Awesome. And we'll come back up. And let's rest that left arm on that left thigh. Right arm up and over. And I'm not putting all my weight into that left arm. I'm lifting up more with my right side, creating that space. As we create space in our body, it just helps the energy flow freer through our body. And then let's circle that right arm. Slight bend to your elbow. Shoulder mobility here. And then we'll keep that right arm up over that right ear for a moment. Nice side stretch. And we'll come back up nice and tall. Awesome. Let's keep the legs a little wider for just a few more moments. Okay? And we're going to interlace our fingers down to the webbing, and let's reach our palms up. Press them away, lengthen through the spine, breathe in, and then exhale. We're going to hug the belly button in. We're going to round forward, reach those hands forward. Inhale, reach up, maybe look up. And exhale, curve, curl, round down. Press the palms away. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. And we'll release this into a wide-legged fold. And your hands might come down to the mat or maybe blocks here or a book. Maybe it's your feet or your legs. Whatever variations of a wide-legged fold you'd like to take here. And then we'll slowly bring ourselves back up nice and easy. Sitting nice and tall. Awesome. Let's heel toe our feet back in about hip width apart. Settle back in with your feet grounded and settling into your seat. Let's hug the right leg in. And we're going to circle that right foot in one direction. And then we'll circle the other way. And then we're going to circle that right knee out and around for some outward hip circles. And what we're going to end up doing is we are going to cross our right knee on top of our left knee. Now, if this position is not available to you today, maybe it's your right ankle on top of your left ankle, but you're squeezing your inner thighs together. Okay. So settling in nice and tall. And we're going to take some eagle arms here. So let's cactus our arms. Right arm underneath your left. So we're crossing at the elbows and we're going to hook the elbows. Now from here, maybe you're able to wrap your palms, but if not, palms can come to your shoulders. We're going to sit nice and tall. Inhale, lift the elbows. And exhale, let's curve, curl, round down. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. We're going to come back up to the right, that open arm twist again. But this time, let's hold it right here. Now, let's take our right hand back somewhere back behind our chair and take our left arm up and over. Kind of taking it from the front to the back. And we'll come back around. Awesome. And then we'll unwind those legs. Okay. Let's go to the left side. We'll hug that left leg in. Let's circle that left foot in one direction. And then circle it the other way. And we'll take those outward hip circles. Circle that left knee out and around. And then we're going to cross that left knee over our right knee. All right. Sitting nice and tall. Let's cactus our arms. Left underneath the right as we hook our elbows. Then maybe we wrap our palms or palms to our shoulders. Okay. Inhale, lift the elbows, maybe even a little baby back bend. And exhale, draw the elbows down towards the belly button, hug the belly button in. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back up. We're going to unwind the arms, open arm twist towards the left. Left hand comes back, right arm up and towards the back. And we'll come up and come back to center. And release that left foot down by your right and shake it out. Awesome. All right, inhale, let's scoop the arms up. Let's turn the palms out. Exhale, press that air down. Again, inhale, scoop the arms up. Breathe in. Exhale, press it down. All right. Now we're going to do a little mind-body coordination. Right? So what we're going to do, and it's also going to work our hands a little bit here as well. So we're going to make a cage with our hands. We're going to connect our fingertips. So I've connected all the fingertips. I have this cage, and I'm going to try to keep that cage the entire time I'm doing this exercise. Right, I'm going to relax the shoulders down. I'm going to try to keep the shoulders relaxed. We're going to start with our pinkies. And what we're going to do, keep everything else connected. You're just going to start to circle your pinkies in one direction. And then we'll circle the other way. And the whole time, I know it's maybe a little difficult, we're trying to keep that cage. Okay. And then let's connect the pinkies. And then let's do our ring finger. Let's start to circle the ring fingers in one direction, like you're twiddling your thumbs. And let's circle the other way. How's that cage looking? Okay. Connect the tip of the rings. Relax your shoulders. All right, let's go to our middle finger. Let's circle the middle finger in one direction. Don't scrunch up your face. And let's circle the other way. All right, let's go to our index finger. Circle it in one direction. And circle the other way. Now let's circle the thumbs like we're twiddling our thumbs. And circle the other way. And then connect the thumbs. Now how's your cage look? It's okay if your cage is kind of collapsed a little bit. All right, let's turn those palms face up on our lap for a moment and just open and close those hands a few times. The best you can, wherever your mobility is. And then rotate the wrist in one direction. And rotate the other way. And if y'all saw or heard, there's a couple of hummingbirds that just flew past us. Shake out the hands. Awesome. All right, let's inhale the arms up. Just cactus for a moment, maybe a little baby back bend. Inhale, reach, and then let's bring our palms together, hands to our heart for a moment. Okay, we're going to do a little core work. Okay. So from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually maybe turn my chair sideways so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right, so we're going to do a chair kind of sit up. Okay, I'm going to extend the legs out. I'm going to lean back against my chair. So I'm kind of shifting my hips almost to the very edge of my chair. I'm going to bring the arms and cross them over the chest. I want you to think of really using your core, not your legs, not your shoulders, not momentum. Use your core. You have a strong core. You can use it. Hug the belly button in, and we're going to roll up, sit nice and tall, and then we're going to be rolling back down. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Use your core. Inhale. And exhale. Let's get a few more of those in. Take your time, not momentum, not your legs, not your shoulders. Use your core. Focus on that. We're strengthening those internal muscles in our core that help stabilize our body, protect our back, and help us to continue doing all the things we'd like to do. Get a few more in. I think the hummingbirds are soon going to be migrating, I think. So they've been filling up. All right, let's get 2 more in. How are we doing? Next time you come upright, you can step the feet in. Maybe take a couple of those cat-cows we did in the beginning of class. Right? Hands face down on your lap, breathing in and breathing out. All right. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to, my chair. We're going to do a little standing and sitting back down. Okay. Now, if for whatever reason that just does not work for you today, you can always get the feeling of standing up. You can just ground your feet, right? Plant your feet on the ground and kind of shift forward like you're going to stand up. Okay. You don't have to come fully up. We're going to hug the belly button in. We're going to root down through our feet, and inhale, we're going to sit or stand nice and tall. And then exhale, we're going to sit right back down. Okay. Breathe in, come up, and exhale down. Let's get some more of those in. Press the ground away. Stand nice and tall. Sit back down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You got it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's stand and stay standing. All right, stand in your mountain pose. Hold here for a moment. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, we're going to do just a little standing work. I want us to work on a little balancing. It's important to continue to focus on balancing, especially as we get older. We kind of lose that. So it's important to keep working on that. Right? So maybe you come to the side of your chair. And let's just stand in our mountain pose for a moment, shoulders back. And then inhale, let's reach our arms up and interlace your fingers down to the webbing. Release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. And what we're going to do is some tick-tocks side to side. Now, if it hurts your shoulders to lift your arms, you can keep your arms down by your side and do some tick-tocks. If you're still seated in your chair, you can do this as well in your seat. Okay. You can even do this one in your seat too, the arms lifted. And then let's come back to center, and we're going to let the arms come down. We're going to go through a couple of sun salutations here. So let's turn and face the chair. Now you can place your hands on the top of your chair. So I'm going to be going into a down dog. So you could do this in your down dog, right? I am going to place the hands on the seat when I go into the down dog. It's like your body's making an upside down V shape. So your hands can be on the seat or the back of your chair. Okay? Let's start in our mountain pose. Spread the toes, press the ground away. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, let's go into our down dog. So we're going to plant the hands and we're going to walk our feet back. We're going to lift our hips to the sky and bring your head in between your arms. Press the backs of your legs away from your chair. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs, your hips, maybe your glutes and your shoulders here. Then we're going to roll out into a plank. So I might make a 90-degree angle with my body for my plank, or I might step the toes back for my plank. Okay. And then we're going to step back into our down dog. And then we're going to walk our feet forward and we're going to roll up into our plank or our mountain pose. Okay. Let's do that again. Inhale, let's scoop the arms up. Maybe a little baby back bend. And then let's plant the hands and come back into that down dog. Okay. Press the hips away. Reach the back of the legs away. Then we're going to come up into our plank position. Your plank. My chair is creaky. And then back into your down dog. This chair was owned by my grandmother. It's quite kind of an old chair that's hanging in there. All right, let's walk our feet forward and roll back up into our mountain pose. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, now let's go into some balancing. We're going to do a couple different balancing postures. We're first going to go into our tree pose. I'm going to root down through the right foot. I might have one of my hands on the chair. Maybe you have both of your hands on the chair. You can always stand at the back of your chair if you'd like. I'm going to bring that left foot maybe to my ankle to start. So those left toes are down on the ground, giving me some support, like a kickstand in a bicycle. The left knee is pointing out to the left side. Now, if you want, you can always move your foot up toward your shin. Maybe you even move your foot up to your thigh. Okay. That right leg is solid and strong. Right? It's holding you there. It's supporting you there. The foot is supporting you. Feel the ground beneath you. Grow nice and tall. Top of the head is reaching towards the sky. Engage your core. Engage your glutes. If you like, you could raise your arms and grow some branches here. And focus on your breath. Put a smile on your face. You can always start to look up between your hands if you need a little more of a challenge. Right there, I started to wobble because I changed my focal point. And then let's release it down. Come back into your mountain pose. Let's take that to the other side. We're going to root down through that left foot. Right foot might start at your ankle. Right knee is pointing out to the right side. It's not pointing forward, pointing out to the right. Maybe it's your shin, maybe it's your thigh. Core's engaged, squeeze those glutes. Grow nice and tall. Don't hold your breath. If you want to, you can start to grow branches here. Relax your shoulders. And then let's come back into our mountain pose. Take a breath in through the nose and out of the nose. All right. Now from here, we're going to go into a figure 4 chair position. So it's balance work, but it's also a stretch, and we'll actually do this stretch seated in just a few moments. So I'm going to stand on my right foot again this time. And if this doesn't feel right for your body, you can come back to your tree posture if you'd like. I'm going to take that left leg. I'm going to cross it over my right. So now I'm making a number 4 shape with my legs. I'm going to flex the left toes towards the knee. And then I'm going to press the hips back like I'm going to sit in that chair. Okay. Now I can continue to hold on. Might bring the hands to the heart. Might reach the arms up. Keep the core engaged, stay focused, find a spot to focus on that's not moving. Breathe. Take a breath in, breath out. Let's come back into our mountain pose. Okay, let's take that to the other side. We're going to stand on that left foot. Again, you could go into tree here, or right leg crosses on top of your left, making a number 4 shape. Press the hips back like you're sitting in your chair. Flex your right toes towards your knee. Hold on or let go. Keep the core engaged. Stay with your breath. You got this. Relax the shoulders. Let's take a breath in and breath out. and then release and come back into your mountain pose. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, let's go ahead and sit back in our chair. Take a moment, maybe grab a little drink of water if you'd like. Feeling your feet planted on the ground. Right, nice and tall. All right, let's go to our left leg for a moment. Hug that left leg in, give it a little squeeze. And now, here's our figure 4 stretch seated. So I'm going to cross that left leg over my right, making that number 4 shape. If this isn't accessible to you, just like we did earlier, you can cross your left ankle on top of your right ankle, but instead of squeezing the inner thighs together, now we're going to open up. We're going to let that left knee come down towards the ground, opening up through that left inner thigh. Okay. Either way works. And then maybe you fold forward over that left leg. Great sciatica stretch here. Let's take a breath in and breath out. Let's come back up. Let's take that left leg and bend and straighten it a few times. Okay, and then release that foot down. Let's hug the right leg in. Figure 4 stretch. Cross the right leg over the other leg or cross at the ankles. Okay. Flex the right toes. Gently press that right inner thigh down towards the ground. Stay upright or maybe fold forward. Let's take a breath in, breath out. Let's come back up, hug that leg in, and bend and straighten it a few times. And then release that right foot down. All right, let's take a back bend here. So let's reach back somewhere on your chair. Okay. Squeeze the shoulder blades toward each other. Start to lift your chest towards the sky. Maybe look towards the sky. Be mindful of your back, never pain in your practice. Let's take a breath in, breath out, and release and fold forward, your forward fold. And then we're going to slowly roll all the way up, coming back up to seated. Let's take a breath in and reach the arms up. As we exhale, let's bring our palms through to our heart. Again, breathe in, scoop the arms up. Exhale out of the mouth, hands back through to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to start to make our way into Shavasana. So Shavasana means corpse pose. We just take some time for stillness and rest. So you can get comfortable in your chair. Maybe you use a little essential oil if you like. Put some calming music on if you like. And I'm going to kind of guide us into it, and then we'll hold it for a few moments, but then you can always stay in it longer. Shavasana is traditionally about 5 to 10 minutes long, right? I don't generally hold them that long in these videos, but you are always more than welcome to stay in it for as long as you like. So even when I start to guide you out of it, you can stay in it, okay? So let's just settle in, right? Get comfortable in your chair, maybe allowing your eyes to gently close. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Audible exhale out. Release it out. Relax your shoulders. Soften your fingers and your toes. Soften the muscles in your arms. Soften the muscles in your legs. Let the belly soften. Let the chair support you. Let the ground support you. Letting the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. Maybe the lips are gently parted open, and you're just going to let your breath happen. There's nothing that you need to do in this very moment, but just be. And as hard as that might be, it's so important to find stillness and to just let your body rest, even for a few moments. A few moments can be beneficial for your nervous system and your overall health. And just take as long as you need. I'm going to start to guide us out of it when you're ready, but again, stay in it for longer if you like. I want you to start to tune back into your breath, feeling the rise and fall of your belly and your chest as you deepen your inhales and deepen your exhales. Invite movement into your fingers, movement into your toes. Rocking the head a little side to side. Rotate your wrist. Rotate your ankles. Maybe even take a full body stretch as you extend your legs and extend your arms, and maybe take a yawn. Stretch your jaw. And then we'll plant everything back down onto the ground. Hands to your heart. Let's breathe in. Fill up all the way to the top of that inhale. Exhale, let it go. Last one, breathe in something you're grateful for. And when you exhale out, let something go that's not serving you at this time. Breathe in something you're grateful for. Fill up with it. Exhale, release something out. Thank you for taking this time for you today. Thank you for sharing your practice and for sharing this space with me today. The light in me honors and loves and respects the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, always feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to help with anything that you have questions about in your practice. If you are happy about the videos that you're seeing, I encourage you to hit that